Now, I just wanted to read something quite profound from the book From Splendor to the Shadows, Ellen White. Okay, now, and it's a very powerful connection between the time of Nehemiah and now. Okay, so we're reading From Splendor to the Shadows, 347, paragraph 1. The people of Judah had pledged to obey the law of God, but when the influence of Ezra and Nehemiah was for a time withdrawn, many departed from the Lord. Nehemiah had to return to Persia. So this is when he went to see Artaxerxes. During his absence from Jerusalem, evils crept in and threatened to pervert the nation. Idolaters contaminated the very precincts of the temple. Through intermarriage, a friendship had been brought about between Eliashib the high priest and Tobiah the Ammonite. We're going to talk about that in a second, okay? And Israel's bitter enemy. As a result of this unhallowed alliance, Tobiah occupied an apartment connected with the temple, which had been used as a storeroom for tithes and offerings. Okay, I'm going to make a very strong connection here. Now, because of this treachery of the Ammonites, because of the treachery of the Ammonites towards Israel, God had declared that they should be shut out of the congregation forever. We read that previously in Deuteronomy 23 verses 3 to 6. In defiance of this, the high priest had cast out offerings stored in God's house to make a place for the enemy of God and his truth. Greater contempt of God could not have been shown. Right? The temple had been profane and the offerings misapplied. This had discouraged the liberality of the people. The treasuries of the Lord's house were poorly supplied, many employed in the temple not receiving sufficient support, and had left the work of God to labor elsewhere. So we see this in today's church, brothers and sisters. Now, there's a very strong connection in this. When we withdraw ourselves from the biblical principles, scriptural principles, and when we start applying worldly influences, so when we have this unhallowed intermarriage between the world and righteousness, we then have the influence of the world in the church. And we see that today. We see that as even with tithes and offerings, we see that the people who really require the support, ministries that are doing the work and require support, that is being taken away and misapplied, is being given to organizations, to individuals, to families within the higher echelons, and the actual work that was meant to be with God is now being profaned because the supplies are misapplied to the wrong people. We had people such as Conrad Vine and other ministers speak of this because it is a strong